I'm Jerry Katz, and I want to talk about 9 ways non-duality shows up in your life. And the first way is through personal experience of non-duality. Non-duality is the realization of non-separation. Literally it means not two, but you could also say it means not one, which takes it into a dimension beyond oneness. Non-duality can be known in any setting, whether you're running free and happy on the beach, or whether you've been imprisoned and you're literally in a prison cell, in every kind of situation in between. There's many descriptions of how people stumble into non-duality, and there are no rules limiting when and how the personal experience of non-duality shows up. The second way that non-duality appears in people's lives is through creativity, such as any of the arts: music, dance, painting, sculpture, architecture, acting, singing, writing of every kind. All creative endeavors, and non-duality manifests as creativity, and the creative work can also inspire an awakening to non-duality. Third way in which non-duality appears in a person's life is through scriptural teachings, or scriptural-like teachings, written, verbal, non-verbal, such as the Diamond Sutra or the Tao Te Ching, Sufi texts, Kabbalah, the Book of Thomas, the Upanishads, and many others. I'm not trying to include all of them, just giving you an idea. The fourth way non-duality shows up in a person's life, I call ashramic. It's the appearance of non-duality in the teachings of gurus and other spiritual leaders who represent established traditions and who are primarily accessed through their ashram or their close-knit community. And this could be cultish, could be a pure cult, or it could be really not cultish at all. If you ever had any question about whether a teacher's ashram is a cult, you can always, you should check out some of the online groups. I get several opinions, because some groups are lying to you, to be quite honest. The fifth way in which, or the fifth context perhaps for non-dual expression is simply the academic world, particularly liberal arts. So this would be primarily intellectual non-duality, although not necessarily. It could be experiential. And it's taught in university departments of philosophy and religious studies. The sixth way in which non-duality manifests is also academic, but science this time. So it's non-duality revealed through quantum theory, biology, neuroscience, ecology, and other sciences, including psychiatry and psychology. Science and Non-Duality Conference does a great job bringing cutting-edge scientists. The seventh way in which non-duality has a context is, I called it popular and pedestaled. So it's pedestaled because a teacher or a guru is seen as being on a pedestal, kind of separate and enlightened. And this is non-duality is revealed in this popular and pedestaled way through a variety of teachers, sages, gurus, realizers, psychologists, writers, and others who share the teachings of non-duality in a popular sense and who are relatively easy to access, yet, as I mentioned, they're perceived as special and separate due to a perceived enlightened status. And I'm not saying any of these teachers or sages think that they themselves are enlightened, but it's if you ask them, they probably say, they're just ordinary people. But the way they're perceived is as though they're pedestaled. The eighth way, or the eighth context for non-dual experience, I call it, is also popular, but this time it's leveled. So this is non-duality shared and revealed by everyone for everyone. No teacher is placed on a pedestal. This is a people's non-duality that originated on the internet, and it also exists in person. It has no center, no single guru, no individual leader. There's no favored tradition or predominant book everyone is expected to read. It has no central location, and it excludes nobody. Everyone can find a place. So, as such, one may identify a non-duality community consisting of all the people that are interacting and sharing non-dual understanding in their own ways. Even the ones that say there is no non-duality, you know. So the non-duality community is decentralized, and although it does consist of hubs of activity such as various groups, and any group, almost by definition, is organized and is centralized. But overall, the non-duality community has no center. In this eighth context, I'm calling popular and leveled and decentralized, this is where many of us are accessing and enjoying non-duality. Now, the ninth context for non-duality is the future. I call it disruptive. This is emerging right now. It's taking shape. And just as the eighth context of popular and leveled, just as it was a disruption of non-duality in response to the disruptive technology of the internet, this ninth or disruptive context is a response to the next level of disruptive innovation as it appears across several themes and technologies, blockchain, Bitcoin, autonomous vehicles, the totality of fintech, genomics, space exploration, new social platforms, machine learning, gaming and live streaming, and the Neuralink. Hard to say how the dissemination will be changed by disruptive innovation, but it is being influenced. So the fluidity and interconnection and virtual absence of physical structures are qualities that resonate with an inclination toward the appreciation, understanding, and possibly the experience of non-duality. Now, any of these contexts could be widely expanded. Please leave a comment giving your opinion. Please like, share, and subscribe, and talk about non-duality to people. And remember, the teachings of non-duality are no different than, a sandwich or a cup of coffee. They belong in everyone's hands.